All right, so the main things I want to teach you, you already understand, or at least it'll come back to your remembrance if you don't remember it, in terms of doing supply and demand, we drew zones and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not going to really go back over that right now. I just want to teach you the strategy today, and then I'll kind of back as we go forward. I'll back up into stuff that you might need a refresher on. All right, so the ones I want to teach you are this indicator down here, which is stochastics, what this is called. And the purpose of this is for timing of when to get into a trade. And then
Stochastic.
Stochastics, STOCH. CHASTIC. Stochastics.
Gotcha.
With the S. Stochastics. All right. Yes, this is for timing. Then you have down here, this is momentum. So what I'm going to do first is we're just going to concentrate on timing. So I'm going to minimize that so you only concentrate on what you see here for now. All right. And with this, there are two components to it. So you see two lines here. The yellow line, which is the faster, more jiggly line that you see moving, is %K, just call it K. And then this one that turns red and green, that is %D, but we'll just call it D. Okay, so you have K and D. All right, so K is faster, but less accurate. D is accurate, but it's slow. All right. So when you look at reading this, what I'm going to do is make K transparent for the moment. I'm just going to have you just read D, which is slower, but more accurate. Let's see, make it transparent. Don't worry about these lines here at the moment. Just disregard these yellow lines. That means something else. But for now, I just want you to concentrate on the red and green line, which is %D, or like I said, we'll just call it D. All right, so when D comes below 45, the 45-55 line, which you see these two middle lines in here, that's the 55 line, this is the 45 line. This is the 20 and the 80. Okay, you see what I'm talking about with those lines?
Uh-huh.
All right. So when D comes below the 45 line and hooks back up, anywhere below and hooks back up, that is called a cycle low.
Hooks back up to
Hooks
what?
back, I'm sorry. I should say hooks back up above 55. So it's got to come below 45, go back up above 55. So down here, it hooked below 45, stayed down here until it hooked back up here. That's a true cycle low. So all of this is a cycle low. From, let me write it in. Where's my thing? Annotate. All right. So from here to here is a cycle low. Follow me so far?
Yeah, just give me a second because I'm just looking from this all the way over to the right to see the numbers.
Yeah, I'm on the left side.
Yeah,
okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just lining it up because the numbers is only on the right side.
Understood. Okay. So from a cycle high is just the opposite. If it goes above 55, which it did here, and comes below 45, that's a cycle high. Take that color. So from here to here. That's a cycle high to go down. Okay, so you can see how when you're looking at this at the market now, this time period right here, let me pull up the times. All right, so you see the time down. All right, so all of this is before the opening bell. But here's where you get into where momentum of the market really takes effect is after 9:30 up till like 10:45, 11 o'clock is where we usually take our trades. And you can see where you see how the market was doing very little movement here until the opening bell. Then all of a sudden you get all this movement. And now you can see it kind of slowing back down. But that's why we trade between 9:30 and 11 at the absolute latest. Usually done by like 10:30. For that first hour of the opening bell. Okay. So looking at this, we have all right, you have the opening bell here. The market is in a what's called a cycle high position, which means that we're looking based on the timing, we're looking for this to go down at this point because it's up at the 80 line and it's hooking down. So when we look for cycles, we don't really care for, although this is a true cycle here, because it went above 55 and went back below 45. We're not looking to trade that off of this chart. We're not. Now, this might look better in a lower time frame, which you'll see later, but I just want to teach you the components of how this works first before I go into all that. What we want to see is a higher cycle that goes above 80 and hooks down, or at least gets to 80 and hooks down, or gets below 20 and hooks up. That's what we're looking for. Okay. Follow me.
Hold right there. So you're looking for something starting at 80 and hooks down, and then what was that other number you said that you look for hook up?
If we're looking for the market to go back up, then we want the market. We want the percent that we're looking for. Right now, we're just looking at percent D. I'm going to show you K in a minute, but percent D is hooking down below 20, hooking back above the 20 line. You get a hook that comes back up. That's what you want to see to take a trade back up. Or it's either a hook down above 80 that comes above 80 and goes below 80, or a hook up that goes from below 20 to go back up above 20. That's what we are looking for to take the trade, or the timing of taking a trade.
Gotcha.
Okay. Now I'm showing you on percent D because D is more accurate. It's slower, but we don't trade.
Oh, go ahead.
We don't trade using percent D. I just want to show you that because this is the reason that we have D on the screen. So
when you say slower though, can you, I guess, define that?
Yeah, I'm going to show you in a minute what I mean by that. Yeah. Just follow with this so far. What I just showed you. Huh? No,
I was just saying, yeah, I'm good. I just wanted to understand more about the slow process. But yeah.
No problem. All right, so that is percent D showing the cycle. Cycle high, cycle low, cycle high, cycle low. That's a cycle high, it's not very high. It's a cycle low, cycle high. Just understanding cycles is what I want you to see right now.
Yep.
All right, cool. All right, so now what I want to do is bring in. I'm going to bring in percent K and take D off. Probably put the colors. That's what. Do not do that 'cause I'm missing. Keep both in. That's okay. All right. So I'm going to bring in K. So here you have K. You can see it's a more. It does a whole lot more movements.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Matter of fact, let me. So you can see the actual movement since the market is kind of moving. I'm going to bring in a faster chart so you can see how it actually moves. Just look at stochastics on here. This is 1,000 tick chart. I'm going to bring it even faster. Let's go 500 ticks. Okay. Just pay attention to stochastics. And just watch the movement. You see how D is scaled down or just turned up. K, as it moves forward, now it's not the full volume of the market, but you can see K does a lot more movement.
Yeah.
All right. So what we look for here is K to give us the hook first, which it normally will because it's faster. And usually D will follow, but D don't really be so concerned about it, other than the fact that it's a cycle, a true cycle or not is known by the D, because D is the more accurate of the two. But in terms of taking the trade, we're going to take our trades off of K. So just wanted you to see that movement on that one. All right. So here, what we're looking for, and this was when the market opened, K, let's see, 9:30 was right here. So the market opened around this time. So what we had here was, you can see where K came above 80 and hooked down. This is a potential trade setup, although this was pre-market because it's before 9:30. We really want to wait till 9:30 to start taking trades. What you want to do is try to catch, well, you don't try, you will catch catch K once it goes above 80 and gives you that hook down. The candle that makes that hook is your candle you put your potential trade on. So in this case, we would be putting a trade right here below this candle, because that's the one that made the hook on K.
How quick do you need to be?
How quick? It's not.
Yeah.
It's not very fast. You have plenty of time to do it, in other words.
Okay.
Plenty of time. I mean, this is a 5-minute chart. Each candle takes 5 minutes to create. usually we're not trading on the 5 minute because that is a very slow chart, as you can see. We normally would take our trades on a 1,000 tick chart, which is a little bit slower than the one I brought in that was moving.
So the can you go back to, I don't know, about 9:10?
That's where I'm at now.
No, you was at 9:15. Now you're at 9:10, unless it's a delay in the video. Okay, so so this is where I'd be trying to confuse, well, not trying to confuse myself, but so I see it was above, so a little after, I don't know if that's like 9:05 or whatever, that it was above 80.
Mhm.
And I see it going down.
Mhm.
So you're saying once it passes 80, do you wait to make sure that it doesn't go back up?
Right, you let the candle close.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Once it
I don't know, I'll
closes,
just estimate and say like, oh, once it get to approximately like 70.
no, you got a hook. All you want
Oh,
to
okay. So it's above 80, so it doesn't matter. It just needs to
No.
come down.
It just needs to come down, give you a hook, and close. And it closed on this candle with a hook. That's the entry candle.
But it's below 80, right?
Right. You want it to come below 80.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so you would make a trade once it get to like 78.
You would put what you would do is set what's called a pending order below
Uh-huh.
this candle. Set well, because it's showing this, it would be a sell stop. It's saying buy stop now because we are above the actual market,
Uh-huh.
true market, but this would be a sell stop here. You would set a pending sell stop order and then let the market come get you into the order. So like you wouldn't be in the trade until over here, where the market came back down, and here's where it went below where your pending order would be, and you'd be in the trade right now. But you're going to set it when you see this.
Okay. I'm following. So, okay, so I put in my pending trade. At what point does it go through without you, I guess, how do you know you're taking advantage of what you see?
When you're going to have to see this in real life to see how this works. I mean, I could show you on a not a real market. Let's see, what are we in now?
Yeah. So just really quick, can we back up a little? So at 9:05, just talk me through it. Like 9:05 or so, you see it begin to come back down. And then like, yeah, approximately 9:10 is there. So then you put in a pending order. But then you see how it's even about to.
You're not worried about what it does after all of this, unless.
So is it timestamp the fact that, okay, at about 9:15 or 9:10, I put that pending order in, and to be able to take advantage of this what you see at 9:10 and not what's about to occur?
There's nothing to take advantage of here until it actually comes down, the market comes down below you. So you're just setting a pending order. So like here, let me make sure this is not a live account. Put that on demo. Okay.
When does a pending order becomes an active trade?
Right, I'm going to show you that. All right, so here, this is actually the candlestick 5-minute chart, but let's just say it's probably going to go back up though. But I just want to show you what a pending order looks like. I put a sell stop here. That is a pending one contract sell stop which is a pending sell order.
Okay.
Looking at timing, now, of course, I wait for this candle to close. I'm setting it a little early, but I think that's going to go back up. But just for the sake of you seeing it, so this would be the candle I'd set the pending order on anyway, based on timing. But you never just trade off timing. So you can see
When
here.
it hits, yeah, when it hits, I was just using the time stocks. This was easy to point you back where I was going, but
Okay. Does this answer your question how that works or what you're looking to see happen?
yeah.
Right.
Tying the two together, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So this is the chart trade. You can see all that in. Usually I would have this up anyway if I'm taking a trade. I'll just close it for the sake of all right. So this being again the timing of when you should take a trade. When you get above, K gets above 80, hooks down, whatever candle that is, set your pending order below that, and you're in. You let the market come get you into the trade. Okay.
Yep.
All right. That's timing. Okay. Now, a few other things that you're seeing on this chart. No, it's a lot, but not really. But to you, it might be. All right. So we have on here this gold line that you see is the 200 simple moving average. Average of the last 200 candles is all that is, just plotting a point. This red and green line that keeps going back and forth, red and green, that is your 50 simple moving average. We usually don't like to trade against that. And then your 15 exponential moving average. This one is a faster moving average. It is basically, we consider the 50 midterm trend and the 15 short-term trends is what they map out. But for the purpose of when you're in a trade and you're trying to go above and below these areas, we'll use them as support and resistance. So in other words, where I took that trade going right into the 15, going down, is really not the best time to take a trade because this 15 could hold the market up to go back up. As well as the 50 can do the same, going up to the 50. You can see it did it over here, where the market went up and now it came back down off of that 50, as well as the 200. Does that make sense? What I'm saying there?
I think you should repeat it. I'm not necessarily following.
All right. So you understand support and resistance, right?
Yeah, we covered
Right.
that a bunch of times.
Okay. So moving averages can act as support and resistance. So you have to be careful about taking trades. Well, you need to know what the moving average is, and then you need to know how that moving average will react with price, which is the candlesticks. So in this case, just keep your eyes on the white line, which is the 15 exponential. That's the short-term trend. Usually, if the market is being held down, meaning that it's not going back above and staying above, then you're in a downtrend. Keep them right there. You're in a downtrend, at least a short-term downtrend. Sometimes it will come back up and go up to the 50 and keep coming down.
Mm-hmm.
That just means that the 50 is holding it down, even though it broke above the 15. But whenever you see that the market is not, if you got the 50 angling in a certain direction and the market is not breaking above, it's going with that angle,
Uh-huh.
you don't want to trade against that. So it's a pretty strong downtrend at the moment. or vice versa. If it's going up, you see here, 50 was going up, holding the market to the upside, came back to it here, kept going up until this point where it broke it going below. The 200 does the same thing, although it's a much bigger moving average and uses, it's going to be a flatter looking moving average. Comes here, doesn't go below the 200 or the 50 until it gets over here where it starts breaking down and goes below both and comes back and retests it to go back down. So these moving averages help you with, they can help you with direction of the market. Follow me so far?
Yeah.
All right, so just wanted to show that. Not going to concentrate so much today on moving averages. That's just part of what we do. All right, so stochastics, are we good there so far?
Yeah. Yeah. That was easy.
All right, so let's move on. I'm going to show you another component, and it is called momentum. And I'm going to bring momentum in with, don't worry about that one. I'm going to bring momentum in with timing. Okay, because those are two of the main things that we trade is momentum of the market and the timing of when to take a trade once momentum has changed. All right, so here, let's talk about momentum only. I'll take stochastics out so you're only seeing momentum. All right, these up down lines that you see, red and green going up and down here, that is considered MOM. We call it MOM.
MOM.
MOM, MOM.
Oh, momentum.
It's MOM.
I'm saying, is it short for something?
No, it's MOM.
Okay.
Whole indicator is a momentum indicator, but MOM is the up down lines.
Okay.
Okay. DAD is this solid red and green line that goes through MOM.
So nasty.
What you say?
I said so nasty.
Oh God, you would take it. All right.
No. You start
Okay. How you read this is you never take a trade going against MOM. So if MOM is going down, and we're just talking about the angle of the last point. So like, that's why we have this line going above or retracing the outside of MOM.
Uh-huh.
Okay, because it's showing the angle of where MOM went to. So from here to here, MOM went down from the previous candle to here, momentum changed in MOM. And you can see MOM kept going down until here. All right.
Mhm.
DAD, just like in stochastics, where percent D is slower but more accurate, it's the same thing here. DAD is slower but is more accurate than MOM.
Mhm.
MOM is faster but not as accurate. But when it comes to taking trades, we'll take trades off of MOM because MOM moves faster, and MOM will pretty much tell you the direction of where DAD is about to go. All right. So in this case, you have MOM is changing momentum here, which tells us we can't take any more up trades at this point because MOM is turned down. So we're going to look for down trades in timing. And you can see here, MOM turned down at this point, which happened to be on this candle.
Oh.
Okay. Although we had percent K give you a signal back here, we did not have agreement with MOM. So we would have discarded that candle. We said, okay, we got a hook down, but we don't have momentum. So we would bypass that candle. But okay, mom is still, I'm sorry, percent K is still hooking down, made a slight move to come back up and then hook back down. And we're still at a cycle high point. Now we could take a trade off of this candle or this candle, either one. Because we have agreement with mom. That makes sense?
Let me just sit with it for a second. What was the first area in K that you said?
Remember we said above 80 and hook down.
We're not there, but we're it seemed like it was an indicator in K, but mom.
Right here.
This was before this.
Right
Oh,
here.
right there. Okay.
Mom's up, we can't take a trade. Not going down, we can't.
Yeah. Okay.
Not
So
till
let's see.
because mom is down.
So would you know it there, or would you really know it at 9:30?
I would definitely know it at 9:30. I would between
I didn't know.
yeah,
It was
definitely gonna know it here, but we don't have timing yet here.
that second red line, or I guess you'll know like. What's the timing on this again? So approximately
On which one?
that first red line on mom.
Right there.
So here.
9:20.
Yeah. So you see it there.
Mm-hmm.
And I see agreement with K.
Yeah.
But how do I know that I can, put in like, I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, would I wait like a minute or two later, and then now I see how mom is going down a bit? Like, okay, yeah, this is all in alignment. So not exactly 9:20, but maybe
Yeah,
about
it would be
9:01
exactly
is when I would see it.
the time below is the actual timestamp that candle closed. So at 9:20, it closed with mom down on this candle, and you had what you had here on percent.
Oh, okay. So now we putting it together. Okay, so because this whole thing with mom and K and D is new to me.
Yeah.
I've been ignoring the top portion of the screen and about the candles and the candle closing at the bottom. So
Yeah.
now can you go back and tie that together? So I see where we are with K and mom. And can you go back up to the
So what you look for,
corresponding candle?
you got to have the proper timing. First, you got to have momentum going
Yeah.
with. You got to have the timing correct in stochastics. When those two line up,
Yep.
whatever candle lines them up, that's the trade candle that you can put a pending order to go in that direction.
Okay, so would you put one in like where that one is, or would it be that next red candle?
Either one of these works. You could have done it here. If you were slow there, you could do it here. Either one works.
So question, and this is just probably future, like the difference between like putting in a pending order right before the one, or like right where you are right now, like what would the difference be like in
money?
Yeah.
Or a number of points. It's very minute.
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't need specifics, but yeah.
In this case, about 10 points.
Okay.
But it's okay. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
10 points can be a lot, but in this case, you're on a 5-minute chart, so 10 points seems like not a big move, but it is actually. This move went very big. Basically, this whole move is pretty big. Point wise.
Yeah.
All right. So, but I just want you to get the correlation between mom, dad. We haven't talked about dad yet, but mom and timing.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. Now, dad comes into play because we have a strategy that we use that uses much lower time frames, which means that we'll be taking a trade, this little wick. We could be in a trade within that wick on a lower time frame because of something we saw between the 5-minute, 15-minute, and a 1,000 tick chart.
So you just said something that I never caught on to in all the many other times I sat in class.
Mhm.
And that is, so anytime you had us looking at 30s or 15s and 5s, I didn't realize that you can take separate trades on that. I just thought that was just the methodology, just looking at it at a, either closer level or bird's eye level. I didn't realize that that can be all different trades based on the timing, the chart, time
Yeah.
frame.
Right. You're just looking at the market in a higher time frame when you go to a 30-minute chart or an hour chart.
Yeah, but you just make sure I'm understanding. It sounds like you said, like, say right now you're in a 30,
Yeah.
but in that 30, you could have made a trade at a 15 or something. Did you say something similar to that?
Yeah, right. Like inside of this, I could look down at a 15 or 5-minute chart and say, okay, I can get into this trade up here rather than waiting for the 30-minute to show a trade. I'm going to see it sooner in a shorter time frame.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it is all really the same. It ain't like it's different betting boards. And I'm just using
No,
that.
no, it's all the same market,
Okay.
just in different time scales of the same market. Okay. So when we talk about the strategy of what we're doing, we're looking at a 5-minute momentum compared to a 15-minute momentum. Let me do this. Uh, Five-minute momentum versus this chart into play. Minute momentum. Okay. So here, and I'm just talking strategy now. All we're looking for is we want 4 things to line up with us to take a trade. Mom and dad on a 5-minute chart going in the same direction.
Uh-huh.
And we also want mom and dad on the 15-minute chart going in the same direction as what you saw in the 5-minute.
Gotcha.
Okay. Now, sometimes you'll get mom and dad going in the same direction, and you may only have mom on the 15 go with you. You could take that, just be careful because it may give you a nice trade, but not really go very far. When I say not very far, you still get your 20 points, which is a pretty good trade. So I would say you want at least mom on the 15 to go with mom and dad on the 5, and you'll be okay. Follow me?
Yes.
All right. I'm not so much worried about stochastics on the 5 and 15 because we're not actually taking trades on those charts. We're just looking at these charts as a example of time of when is a good time to take a trade on the lower time frame based on a higher perspective.
Yeah.
So let's see if I can find an area where everything was down. Okay. All right. So Let's try to line them up. Okay, yeah, okay. So here you can say 9:30 to about 10, the market was down based on momentum on the momentum and I'm sorry, yeah, 9:30. After 9:30, momentum was completely down. On the 5-minute chart, you have mom and dad going down at the same time. You see that? They're both red.
Yeah.
So say, let's just say 9:35 to be safer. Now you also had mom at 9:34 on the 15-minute chart is down. You don't have dad going with you yet, but that's okay. Remember I said as long as you have mom, preferably you got both, but as long as you have mom on the 15, then it's okay. Take trades down between 9:30, 5, and 10 o'clock.
Yep.
Based on what you see. All right. Knowing that, what we will do, take this off. Knowing that, we'll bring in 1,000 pick charts. One more chart.
Mom has your back. She will never leave you. Daddy sometimes become a rolling stone.
No, actually, you're backwards.
No,
Mom,
but that's what you said. You said it sometimes dad is.
listen to what I'm saying. Mom is less accurate. So mom will usually go first, and dad will follow. But mom sometimes jumps back and forth where dad will say, no, we ain't ready to do that yet. You stay with dad.
I thought you said earlier we
I
can do
mom
this.
moves,
So
mom
dad,
is faster but less accurate.
yeah. That part I get. But just earlier, just here, you said some mom dad wasn't. Sometimes dad doesn't show, but we'll stay with mom.
Right, on that higher time frame, because it's a much slower chart, as long as we got mom, then we're okay. But we prefer to have mom and dad on the higher time.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
2-parent home is lovely, but sometimes she got to go solo.
Only on the higher time frame.
Okay.
Not in any other time frame. It's the higher one. Okay.
But I'm sorry, I'm not just trying to make fun and light of this, but this is the way I remember stuff.
No problem. Just know you prefer mom and dad to be in unison.
Of course, everybody does.
All right. Yeah. All right. So 9:30. I'm gonna go back to 9:30. Now, what you're seeing here is a 1,000 tick chart. Different from a minute chart. Tick charts show a candle every time the market gets a number of ticks that hit the market. So it's going to be a lot faster chart than a minute chart. Follow me on that.
Yes.
All right. So this is a 1,000 tick chart that basically is a lot smaller chart. You see the candles are smaller than you will see on a 5-minute or 15-minute, because those can be big, very big, long candles on those charts. All right, but all we're doing is using, again, we know the momentum because we just looked at it between 9:30 and 10, everything lined up for us to go down. So that means everything between nine 30 and I'll go with past that time, we know stay down. Okay. Follow me so far.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now back to timing. And I'm not gonna worry about this one. Yeah, just staying with those two. All right. See, 9:30. All right. So what we're looking for is timing to go down. So in order for us to take a trade down in timing, what must we have? That's a question to you.
Mom and dad going in the same direction.
Which we do have that on the higher time frame. But what must we have on the chart we're trading on? What must we have in terms of timing only? Just looking at timing.
I don't know, Christopher.
What do we look for on stochastics to take a trade? That's timing.
Oh, so K, the gold line,
Yeah.
seeing it be above 80 and going down.
Right. Okay. So we can have it going above 80 or at least touch 80. We'll take a touch and go down. Prefer it to go up here like this one did, but if it doesn't, we'll take that, we'll take this. So I'm just going to circle the times that it did it on this chart. From 9:30 on. So here, which is up in here, which is up in here, which is here, just calling me. Okay, play back. And here, yeah, here and here. We'll take them both. I'm just did go up to K. Here. Okay, I'll just stay at one. Yeah, that did. So this one too, but this didn't do it yet. All right. So just looking at these circled areas, because that's where we had a cycle high, cycle high, cycle high, cycle high, cycle high. Right?
Uh-huh.
All right. Move the circle so you can see it. Okay. All right. So this first one. First one. We got mom. All we care about is mom on the chart we're trading on. We're not worried about D or dad. I'm sorry, on this chart, because all we care, dad's job is on the higher charts, not the smaller chart we're trading on. Okay, so here on this candle, because we have mom down here, I know it's hard to see, but I'm just looking at the red line going down. It happens here on this candle, right?
Uh-huh.
So when that candle closes, we can set a pending order right here and take this trade to the downside. Okay. That first trade is the only cycle high we would have had at that time. We could have been in that trade, take that down. Then we wait for the market to cycle high again. And on this candle, we have K is down, mom is down. And then we have on this candle, we take it again to the downside. Then on this candle, we could do it again. Now this one, there's a reason why you probably wouldn't have taken this, but I'm not going to show you right now where you would take these trades based on timing and momentum. This one you would have bypassed because you never got mom going with you, even though it gave you a cycle high. Mom didn't come into play till here. And by this time, we're pretty low on K. It's already down to 20, so we would bypass on that. That makes sense?
Uh-huh.
Okay, over here you had a cycle high, but you didn't have mom. No trade. Here, cycle high, mom turns down. Like we can enter a trade here and take that down. Do you see how this works together?
Yep.
All right. So the point wise, just so you understand that, if I took a trade here, let's just say I took this to the 200 because I know 200 can give me a bounce back up. That's 36 points. On this next one, I took this here once it crossed, and it's coming down to a level that you don't see yet, but oops. So we're at 36 on the first trade. Next trade, we're at 34. 36 and 34 is what, 70 points so far. We didn't take this one. We did take this one, so 70 plus. So we took this one to something low. I keep this low button. 70 plus like 18. So 88 points. If we took all three of those trades. Monetarily, what that, and this is less than, that's from 9:30 to 9:42, 12 minutes. If you had 88 points in 12 minutes, if you're trading $10 a point, which is really depending upon the size country, I'll just say if you were trading, lowest you can go is $2 a point, but 88, we know that's $176 at the smallest point. But 88 points at $10 a point, that's $880. 88 at $20 a point, it's $1,760.
That's good, right?
Hmm?
I just said that's good, right?
It's very good. How much do you need to make a day?
Honestly, that amount would probably cover my shortage for the month.
No, but seriously, think about that. How much do you need to make a day? If you're able to do, not even if what you're able to do, how much do you need to make a day? What's your number?
Give me a second and I can be pretty accurate. And I'm going to put cushion on it. Approximately $50 a day.
$50?
Yeah, 50. Well, I did it so in a month, I need about $1,500 to cover my shortage and to have some discretionary money. So $50 a day in 30 days is $1,500. But I'm saying that's the lowest. That's not what I would just be like, oh, I got $50. I'm done for the day. I'm just saying, like,
well,
to only if I only get $50, I'm good.
But you're basing that on a 30-day. It's only 20 trading days.
Oh, well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we don't trade on the weekend.
Okay, so let me recalculate.
You say you need $1,500 a month?
Yeah. So about $100, $75 to $100 a day.
$1,500 a day. Okay, so basing it on that, at one contract, which is $2 a point, that's 50 points in a day on one contract. Now, based on the amount of money you have in your account, you can trade more contracts.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, let me just give you a guideline on that. If you have, see, on this one, yeah, I would say one contract per, well, minimum, I would definitely not trade have less than $1,000 in the account, first off. So minimum $1,000, one contract per 5,000. So you have $5,000, you can trade one contract. You have $10,000, you can trade two contracts. Actually, it's better than that. I'm going to, that's way low. So yeah, because I'm at, let me back that up, pull up. So no, that's right. I'm sorry. One contract per 1,000. My bad. I'm saying that per 5. One contract per 1,000, starting at 1,000. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So you got 1,000, one contract, 2,000, two contracts, 3,000, three contracts, so forth and so on. 10 contracts, 10 contracts. I'm sorry, 10,000, 10 contracts, so forth and so on. Because once you get up to 10 contracts, you actually can go up to, there's what's called these are the micro NASDAQ. You will go up to the NASDAQ, the major, which is $20 per contract on that one. And then it would change on there, but once you don't worry about that till you're getting above 10 contracts on the micro. That'll give you a guide as to which market you should be trading. Got that?
So yes, but
What's the but?
so I got $1,000 in my account.
You're gonna trade
And
one contract.
huh?
You would trade one contract.
Trade one contract. So how does that translate to what you're saying? Oh, the $2 and the points and the
One contract is worth $2 a point. Which means for you to get your number, if you need $100 a day, then you need 50 points a day at one contract. If you have $2,000 in there, you could do two contracts, then you need 25 points for that day. The higher you go in contracts, the less points you need to reach your goal.
Gotcha. So again, in this example that you got what was it? Three
trades at 88 contracts. I'm sorry, 88 points. Hold on. Hey, bro, I'm talking to my sister-in-law here. Hit you right back. Okay. 3 trades. So you had 88 points that day. So if you were at one contract, that's times 2. That means you'd have made $176 that day. Got it?
no.
Okay.
So can we go back to like how you were like counting the points in these trades?
Okay. So use the ruler. You mean the actual mechanics of it, or?
No, it was like you seemed like you was highlighting. It was like, okay, this is 10 points and this is
Right, so here, I'm using the ruler, and I know I got in here on this trade, on this, I'm sorry, on this candle right here is where my pending order is at 11, oops, like 1106.25. If you look to the far right,
uh-huh.
just hold it down. And I'm just saying I'm getting out somewhere down. Actually, I said I got out at the 200. And I ended the trade here. That Y value number, 36.25,
Uh-huh.
that's how much I made on that first trade. So on that first trade at 36.25 times 2, because I'm at one contract, I made $72.50 on one trade.
Okay.
Follow that?
Yeah.
And you just do the same thing, you wait till the next trade, which would have been here. And I'm just saying I got out somewhere down here. It's 33.5. 33.5 times 2. $67. In addition to my 70 something I made on the first trade.
Okay. What I think what I'm missing is something maybe fundamental, Chris. So probably this is back in the beginning. I'm missing the relationship of the trades to contracts. I know you said you can
Okay,
you can
contracts.
have, contracts are per $1,000. So if you got $2,000, you got 2 contracts. But I'm missing because you're doing so in my mind when you first said it, I'm like, okay, so that just means I can just trade one time, but that's not what you're saying. So that's
Well,
why I'm
you
missing
could.
the connection between I could, but I'm still I think I'm missing the connection between a trade and a contract.
Okay, so when we take trades, we are trading them. What we make is based on the number of contracts that we have and the number of points that the market goes for that trade. This trade went, because we got in here and we're saying we got out at the 200, 36.25 points. But I'm trading one contract. Now you will see that.
Where's that? Is that set somewhere?
Yeah, right here. It would be right here. This order quantity,
Uh-huh.
that is where you set the
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was just missing that. So
Yeah.
again, so now to say like, okay, now I got, $2,500 in my account, which means that I can do 2 trades. So I would switch that number to
No, not 2 trades. You can do 2 contracts.
yeah. Sorry. That's what I meant to say. So
All
I
right.
can do 2 contracts.
And you come over here, set this at 2. And
Gotcha.
you don't need to touch that no more.
Gotcha. Yep.
All right.
And
so
now
come make your trades until you
does that
got above 3,000 in your account. Then you would change that to 3.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm good on that. So now back to what you was calculating, like, oh, you made $76. Would that then, because now I got 2 contracts, would that really be like $140 something?
That's exactly what that would be.
Okay, now I'm on the same page.
Yes. Yeah. So now that same trade that went 36.25, whatever it was 36.25. Same
Yeah, I
trade that
remember.
went 36.25. Now you would multiply that by 4 because you have 2 contracts. Because
Gotcha.
you have $2 a point.
Yep.
You made $145
Gotcha. Yep.
on
All
that
right.
one trade.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was just missing that connection. And now because I'm like, I know this, even taught this, but I'm still but now I'm good.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So what you would be looking at, since we went through the whole thing here, is if you didn't have multiple screens and you're just looking at this on your desktop, what you'd have to do is set your chart up.
At my desktop, I have my 2 screens and then my laptop screen. So Not as fancy as you, but I got a couple of screens.
Okay, well, all right. So, so as long
Actually,
as
I
you can
like
see
it
where
all
they
together
are,
like this, so I ain't got to be looking like round and round. I kind of like
you
it
would
together.
just want to set it up to where you can see all three of your. You just want to be able to see all three of these charts because you want to know that first off, the 5 minute, 15 minute are lining up with mom and dad, mom and dad. Now you know, okay, I'm taking trades on the 1,000 tick chart on a cycle high because these are all low. Looking only for cycle highs. I don't care what's happening when it goes back up because these are not agreeing with the upward move when they're down. Even though the market will go up when they're down, we don't care. Follow me?
Yep.
All right. So this is why I need you to get your chart in order so you can practice this stuff.
Yeah, I was just trying to when you was pausing and trying to get charts up, I was searching my email and try to see what license I have.
Yeah.
Oh shit! What? Something just got deleted. No.
Mhm.
I had an email up that had a license in it, and it got. I think it just went away. I don't know where it went.
Oh.
So I don't know. I had some type of free license. It seemed it says you're free. I had a free license for live trading.
Yeah, that only lasts for 14 days.
But then I thought I bought like a low end something or another.
You could call Ninja or text them at least, or not text, but email them. If you can find your account. If you go to your platform, you should still have your account in there.
I done switched laptops a couple of times.
Okay. So yeah, you
But
got to find the email because you got to reset it up on the new computer.
but I should be able to find, I guess, those numbers in one of these emails.
Yeah.
So wait a minute, Chris.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's it. There's no way. That's it. It's just that easy.
That's it.
No way.
Yes, way. That's it.
No way.
I'm trying to tell you.
Who stumbled upon this?
This is what we kind of did as a group between me, Dante, and Tamon. We're working with other stuff. And we're like, you know what, let's try to create our own bot. And so we just found different little things. Now, there's other stuff in here, but if you just get that alone, you don't even need the other stuff that I have. It's just, we got so much stuff. It's just because we've done so much. But if you just take it just on that alone, and fine tune how you get into your trades and how you set your stop losses, which I'll show you that stuff as you go, you'll be fine.
Yeah, my next homework is just to figure out like what I do have with Ninja and try to get all this
Yeah,
straightened
got to
out.
get you going.
And if you can find out if somebody did like the 2-for-1 or somebody need to buy something that I can go in,
if you contacted Ninja Trader, just give them your email, tell them you don't know your account number because you were on a different computer. They're just going to ask you for the email that you signed up with, and they'll be able to tell you what you got.
Okay.
And go from there. But you do need a full life license.
Yeah, I wrote that down. Okay. So can you, I don't know how large this file is going to be, but can you either put it somewhere to share it and I can access it, or send it to me?
Yeah, I'll put it in YouTube and send it to YouTube.
Okay. Oh, that'd be perfect. So I can kind of listen on the go. Because I just want to go back through this and just rewrite out some notes. But essentially, There's no, I mean, I'll take that back. That's so awesome. If it's this simple, that is great. I won't say like there's no way it's this simple, but
Just that simple. That's it. The now you do need the tools. You don't have the tools yet. You need to
I
get
mean, yeah, I get that. But what I'm saying conceptually, because anytime, even if, okay, let's just say any other time you were showing me something, I was walking away with about 65 to 75% understanding.
I got
And for whatever reason today, at least what you showed me,
you. Hmm.
I think I'm at like a 90. I've never been in the A range.
Okay. Well,
So
what
it's
proves
like,
it is you're able to practice it and put it into work. That
yeah, but it's like I want to. That's why I want to come back and just start just reviewing just this session alone so that once I get the software up and running,
yeah.
I can. Cause
Also need to go to Top Dog Trading. Let me find it. Hold up. You need to
like
get
I'm excited. Before I was kind of like a little scared because it's like I said, with only having like a C understanding, I was still like kind of shaky on it. Like, well, Crystal, you can do it. You just gotta. But now feeling like I grasped this pretty good. Of course, I don't know everything, but I'm excited more
yeah,
so than previously. Like I was like I could do this before, but now I'm like, oh, I could do this.
you really can do this. Absolutely, you can. It's not that hard. Let's see. Okay, here's what you need. Let's see. Trader.
It's still on version 8 or whatever, Ninja Trader.
Yeah, still version 8. So share this link with you. Copy. I'm emailing you the link to go to get this indicator that where all the colors and all that stuff comes from.
Uh-huh.
You need that indicator. See, let me call it. Indicator.
With this lifetime license, uh, can you have it on multiple computers or one?
You can have it on two computers. Yeah.
Oh, so I can share with Devinito.
Yeah, you can share with that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just let them know what you're doing.
Huh?
Let them know what you're doing.
Let
That's
who know?
Ninja Trader. So he can, what will happen is you can have it on two computers, but yeah, what you want to tell them is that you need a second account under that license. So he can
Gotcha.
log in on his, you can log in on yours without you both knocking each other off.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I
But they
mean,
will let you have two
when that,
two things. Tell them that you want your son to
yeah.
use
But
it.
when that time comes, I'm gonna be up and running before I get
Yeah,
to
I got you. Yeah. But
sharing. Yeah.
you could know this like nothing and be straight. We put the time in. But I just sent that to
Heck
you.
yeah. If I feel like I'm at a 90, I'm sure he would probably have like a 98 understanding.
Right. It's just as you do it more, you get more in depth with it and be like, oh, okay, that even makes even more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because once you share the YouTube with me, I'll share it with him as well.
Yeah. Cool. All right. You got everything now. That's it. Yeah, gave you all that. All right. Yeah, good. All right. I'll download this video, get it to you, and we'll go from there. Any other questions? Are you talking? Because I can't hear you.